David Erdos back with another baleful comment on recent news. This poem has two titles: Prince's Pose, Andrew's Heir. It beggars belief when princes become moral paupers, and where the costs of such horrors are paid for by a young woman's ghost, whose last look will sink ships, or whatever he sailed or flew on, away from not only tradition, but from all of the things we prize most: probity, love, honour, emotion. For to have aligned once with Epstein and his ghoul Ghislaine was to prize each shining jewel from mum's crown, and cast them to coal, vomit covered. And now his fat face hangs empty, drained of pizza and pride. His true size can be spotted by all, for his is a shrunken head, lanced from reason. The boil his sweat snowballed was an ice-cold burn on Geoffrey, or Virginia Roberts as was. Each droplet would have clearly stung, if not speared her. And worse than the sperm scorched across her would have been the infection of souls on display. That the blood of such men could do that to so many young women and children, and all those who suffered on Epstein's dark island or in the bitter-beamed Maxwell's house, is to reveal the true scope of what humanity is when unhumbled, or enabled by money, position, privilege, or a spouse to become not a cat chasing mice, but a bat sucking sinew, or if not a rat from the sewer, then by any other name, a kinged louse. Epstein escaped. Andrew endured trial by mateless. And now his king brother has done what he should have done at the start, which is to cancel the cunt. Not in how we do it now, but by tower. Just like Liz 1, once confronted with one of Walsingham's targets. But now for this prince, contrition will be what he has left to whittle down into art. The unsparkled Meghan Markle once thought she could wreak the wound within Windsor. But they have always waged war, sons and mothers, fathers as well, husbands, wives, decapitations, divorce, alliances. Andrew had Epstein, Edward ate Hitler. There are stories of backstairs blowjobs and murders. These will be the true legacies of their lives. The old order as ordia indeed. What would Mum have said? One does wonder. Would Richard III, that kid killer, have stooped to scoop lower still? Surely the crown has been cut by one who, mass genocide aside, couldn't touch it. So possibly the purposeless ache of the idol has history's apothecary asking that someone at last pays the bill, and settles and sees that nothing now can be salvaged. The prince's price and life are totemic, which clearly creates his remove and serves to explain, seemingly without sense, Andrew's actions. Favoured as he was by his mother, and as the best-looking boy, he must prove so much more than remorse, or more than Thomas More, wolves about him. He must fade away like old Edward, with his own Batty Wallace beside, the sadly plainness of Jane's, red-headed and worn like a mascot, and who has clung onto money, even asking Epstein for some, without pride. But then she must have been flattered, inflamed, and perhaps even grateful, that the cock of the walk Coo Stark savoured slipped in next to her, and aligned. But now both slide and slip. Perhaps they should be bungalow-bound, like this author. Cauterized from lost castles, let them play in the sand of their cell. He could be the man in the iron mask, a pinched prince, pressed until pus begins spilling from beneath the grill. William saw it, and no doubt smelt it too, the sick spell that infected, ensnared, and may well be prosecuted. If he agrees to disappear, he'll avoid it, just as the House of Windsor sinks in quicksand, from which the frog Farage duly croaks, to crown himself Emperor of Abandon, as in All Hope Who Enter, as Auschwitz returns to remind that a new Nazi now stalks the land. Certainly, sugar and spice have been spilt, along with sweat and tears, blood and honour. An idiot's information has become the news everywhere. And like all idiots, what makes them so scarcely matters. It is about how much rope we allow them, and what we attempt to do with despair. Princes are always a problem. They roam because they have no true kingdom. They do not inspire, just sire. They shoot each beautiful bird, stalling flight. And they hide behind history. What Andrew is rips it open. Idiot, evil, misinformed, or contrite, his day is doomed, done. Now only a bead of sweat binds us. Should we let it fall, it's a whirlpool, into which England is stirring. Each day the news drowns us. Each and every day, the air bites. David Erdos, the 20th of October, 2025.